position on your pilots made out that helicopter they're shooting at.
Hello again, SJ here, and this is episode 3 of my maps showcase. So tonight I'm going to show you a couple of islands with a theme. So we're down in the other end of the world. This is Tasmania, and this map is a map by Kubi, and it was designed originally for Operation Flashpoint, and it was ported to ARMA 2 by Hotzenplotz back in 2011. So it's had some revisions. It's a very old map. A lot of the buildings are not enterable, but it's a very big map. It's about 25 by 25, lots of open space, loads of area for you to put custom objectives down or build your own bases if you're looking for a green style, Churner style map. So I'll give you a quick fly around and get a feel for Tasmania. So it's got a little island in the top northeast, and then we're going to head southwest, and you'll see it's a really big map, nice big map. So I push my view distance right out. It's very basic, so you can get a nice long view distance, really nice framed on this map. And it's really just a cluster of settlements with lots of open ground in between them. So really good for helicopters or fast jets. Lots of opportunity for armoured vehicles as well. But you've got good opportunity for infantry tactics as well. There's wooded areas, some rock cover. The SAT, the mesh on the map is not that higher resolution, so there's not a lot of ground cover, and he hasn't gone to town with the clutter either, so that the rocks and things like that are few and far between. But if you remember rightly, this is the style of the older style of maps, really. This is absolutely perfect for a helicopter-based mission, or something where you're going to be above the ground, I think, personally. Lots of valleys and mountains to fly around. It's got several runways. They work. The ILS, the information land, the automated lander system works. So you can fly AI off them. The towns, yeah, they're simple, and they don't have the level of complexity of some of the more modern maps. But what do you expect? It's an Operation Flashpoint map. This one really is all about nap of the ground flying. So, you know, you're in your chopper, you're popping up, you're launching radar guided missiles, that kind of thing. This is, it reminds me a little bit of the old Operation Apache Longbow missions I used to fly back in the day. So that's the Tasmania map. So the next map is Australia. I've actually put us back on Tasmania again as part of the Australian continent, so we're down here again. This particular version of Tasmania is not quite as big, but don't worry, because Australia more than makes up for it. It's 41 by 41, so it's enormous. It's a massive map. It's one of the biggest ones that's available currently. It's brand new. It's only been around a couple of months. It's been developed specifically for ARMA 3, so it uses a lot of really high quality models. And it's not a map I'm terribly familiar with, but I wanted to show you it because it has massive potential. And if you want to work on a map with snowy mountains, deserts, jungles, open plains, this has got it all. It's absolutely remarkable. So let me fly around and give you a quick feel for the map. So this is Tasmania. It's just a micro version of the same thing we've just seen, really. It's about 4 or 5 square kilometres. It's as big as some of the smaller maps I showed you in episode 2, actually. this particular island would be perfect for TVTs, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to show you the main thing. So let's get over to Australia, and I might have to do some cuts and splices just because it is such a big place to get it all to show up and show you around properly. I might have to skip around, otherwise the video will be an hour long. So the guy that's come up with this this beauty is a guy called Oz, funnily enough, and I'm going to take you into Victoria first via Melbourne. What he's tried to do is try to package representative areas of Australia onto what is, relatively speaking, a small map for such a huge continent. And it's a little bit difficult when you're whizzing around to get a feel for what it would look like on the ground, so I'm going to try and stop and do some surveying of the land as well to give you an idea of what the guy's come up with. He's had some partners do some produce some amazing custom buildings for him. So these buildings are all enterable. They have doors that work, garages that open. I don't think the kitchen works, but pretty much everything is bigger than life like this. Pretty much everything else works. Really, really nicely done. I'm sure the ARMA Life boys will love this one. Again, another really good example of custom building work there. Yeah, really nice feel about it. Some of the buildings are a little clean and could do with some weathering, but I'm sure that will come in time. So, yeah, and I must show you the pub as well. If I can find the pub. Is that the pub? Where's the pub? There's a few pubs, but he's done a brilliant job with these. Here we go. Here's a pub. Can have a Tui's. I mean, look at that. Look at the details. Fantastic. Really, really good. Really, really good. Very a lot of stereotypes been thrown around here, but a lot of fun. Yeah, good job. Brilliant. So there's a lot of custom buildings, and he's managed to stitch it all together and keep it looking realistic. He's even got a few skyscrapers in there as well. And my understanding is there's plans to bring more of those into the game with more authenticity as well. Right, well, let's move up to Sydney. Sydney's obviously famous for the bridge, so you can see he's put a lot of landmarks in. There's no opera house yet. It's probably because he hasn't got a model of it, but it would live somewhere there if it did. Again, another really good example of a city. This little city, one of many, is as big as as many maps. Yeah, really nicely done. Very impressive. Lots of custom buildings again. The beauty with this kind of map, it's a continent really, is that you can have campaign level operations on this and move to different areas each week, each day. You can just do so much with it. It's really, really good. Nice little custom details again. They've got some. It's a custom prison facility basically. I'll just stick a head in. You can see again there's interiors. They've modelled pretty much everything. Really, really, really amazing contraband room. Yeah, you can definitely see this has been targeted at some of the ARMA Life boys, but a lot of fun nonetheless. Another custom building there. Oh, I think we might have been around one of those. There's another one being built. Yeah, really nice, really unusual, very different. Right, so let's go north to Queensland. And you can see again the terrain has changed. It's a lot more rocky. It's a little bit more wild. And yeah, I'm running reshade again, guys. So let's reshade off and reshade on. Military compounds, loads and loads and loads of open space. Proper farming country, good tank country, and you can get in a fast jet here and crank it onto max afterburn, and it will take you all day to get across. Really nice. Nice towns, lots of cover, good walls. You know, you can actually use these towns. A lot of towns it's just buildings placed, but he's actually been sort of sympathetic with the road furniture and what you'd expect to see in real life. So again, another custom building, incredibly detailed inside. Look at that. It's amazing we get any frames at all, frankly. And I've got this cranked, just to put reference on that. We cranked that at 12 kilometres. We've got 3k view distance, but yeah, that's impressive. So we've done a lot of optimisation to get it to run really smoothly. So as we go north, we head up towards Alice Springs, and we start to get into proper outback territory. And you can see there in the distance the dunes of the desert. So again, it's nice because you could literally, this is, you know, it's like Isla Douala if you close your eyes. We're now in an African kind of savannah kind of environment. Again, a nice big town that you can do stuff with. Good size, massive sized airbase, bigger than most air bases on a lot of old maps. We've got inbound seas, lakes, big army base there. Now this map has been indexed for live as well, so given its scale, it screams sort of all up conventional campaign. And we get into the desert, and again the textures they're really nice. And when you're hovering up at that sort of height, it's a little bit hard to see, but as you come down and you can see the level of detail involved, yeah, it looks really good. Really, really, really nice. I mean, that's screenshot territory. Lovely. Not a lot of cover, mind you, but if you want to fly in your X-wing, shoot him pretending to fly around Tatooine, absolutely perfect. Anyway, right. I'm sure that will come with the Star Wars mod. Up north towards Darwin, you start to come out, and it goes obviously a little bit more jungle-like, significantly further north. So it's a little bit more tropical almost. It's got a sort of Serrani feel about it. But again, he's got loads of space, and you can see these. I imagine these cities are going to develop over time and just get better. And then coming around, moving anti-clockwise down towards Dundee Beach. Proper surf territory down here. And that could be the coast of Namibia if you didn't know better. Skeleton Coast. In fact, with the dunes in the background, it looks bob on like Southwest Africa. So it's a nice territory that gives you a lot of options when you're building missions. And you can see around, you know, you're going to need your teleport spots for getting around the map, or a very efficient transport network. And finally down to Perth. Moving back down again, a little bit cooler climate. Again, enormous airbase, absolutely massive airbase. It's got 3 huge runways. Some of the longest runways I've seen actually. You'll be able to take anything off on one of them. Nice big town again. Lots of custom earthworks. It's very impressive how he's managed to do that. I'm not terribly familiar with what Perth really looks like, but I assume he's done his homework. Tries to give a feel and capture a good example of what the area looks like. So enough mumbling. A lot to see. You could spend a week exploring this map, and I look forward to getting it on the server actually and having a good play around with it. So that's Australia. Massive, absolutely enormous.